Welcome to episode 37 of Realty Talk with
Ellie
and Galen. We are back, just the two of us today, not a crowd full of people, and Ellie can spend a few more minutes with us, which we really know is what people come to hear, not me ramble on. So, Ellie, how's your day been?
Bag of snakes, but okay. We went to the sexual harassment training at the chamber this morning.
That's what she said.
Yes.
So, was that good?
Yeah. Have you not been to one? You're supposed to go to one.
I've been to some before. But
you have to go to one every year. Now, it's a new law in New York State. Every employee, for every employer that has more than one employee, and contractors are included.
Technically, I'm not a...
Contractors are included.
Independent contractors?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll go to one. That'd be fun.
This was the last one of the year, so technically, if I wanted to sue you, I could.
That's what she said. So if and also Ellie, can you tell people what you brought in with you today?
My lovely presents.
Okay, so folks, Ellie brought in a thing of peas.
It's not a thing of peas. It was a
bowl
glass Tupperware container
of peas. Just plain peas.
Just
Did
a
you have
bag of steamed fresh peas.
Was there anything on the peas?
No, just
actually,
peas.
I do like peas.
Yeah, peas are delicious.
Like pea soup. Pea soup is incredible.
I hate vegetables that have had things done to them. They need to be naked.
Please expand on that.
That's it. I don't like seasoned vegetables, except for buffalo cauliflower. That's delicious. But yeah, I don't like seasoned vegetables. Like I'll eat a sweet pepper like a apple, but if you cook it, I won't touch it.
Wow. Okay. So that's weird. And and then I told Ellie not to eat on the couch, and Ellie proceeded to sit on the couch and eat it, and then stare at me very creepily, and basically look into my soul and just say,
"Look at the clean couch.
I'm eating peas on your couch." No, because the reason is when I first got a couch, Jordan went and sat on the couch with a sub. And she was eating it. I said, Jordan, do not eat on the couch. Because I'm very neurotic about, I want to keep it clean. It's a velvet couch, folks. It's going to be disgusting if people do that. It's a special couch. And, that's going to be like my nap couch. So what happens is Jordan sat down, and I go, Jordan, get off the couch. There's going to be crumbs all over. And she goes, there's no crumb. And as she's looking over to say that there's no crumbs, she's wiping crumbs off the couch with this guilty look on her face. And I said, get onto at the table. I felt like I was scolding a young child, but she has not ate on my couch ever again. I yelled at Kanan one time for doing it. I yelled at you.
I've eaten there several times.
I was not here when that happened. So do not eat on the couch. You're not
my dad.
That's like the only rule. Ellie, get out of here. You're fired. You're off the podcast. So moral of the story: don't eat on my couch. And Ellie is weird because she just brought a thing of peas in. So, Ellie, what is your topic for today? What's your real estate topic for today? Not talking about, we talked about peas for 3 minutes.
My topic for the day is things that you should do, is things that you should do before looking at homes. So,
perfect. Let's hear them.
So, things you should do before actually looking at homes. And I understand if you're a fresh home buyer, and you may not understand this, and you see something you like and you immediately want to call the listing agent or call a real estate agent and say, I want to look at this home. Stop before you do that and talk to a lender, because you don't know what you can afford, and if you see the home and fall in love with it, and then find out you can't afford it, not only will you be heartbroken, but you will have wasted your own and the real estate agent's time. So find out what you can afford, and then I would suggest doing a little research into home owning, because there's stuff that people don't know. Find out how much you need to have saved up, which is something the lender usually will go over with you. And just kind of weigh out the pros and cons, because it's not like renting. There are responsibilities that you're going to have, and overall I think owning is better than renting, but just make sure you're at a point in your life where you're able to deal with it, and make sure it's something you can financially handle. So see a lender before you step foot in a home.
Yeah, because the hardest two things about getting into a home for most people, especially if you're first time buyers, your down payment and your closing costs.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize how much money that is, and you can get seller concessions, which is a fancy way of saying you're financing your closing costs, which will alleviate some of the out-of-pocket expenses up front.
Yep.
And then obviously the trade-off is you're financing those, so your mortgage is going to be a little higher. But yeah, That is the biggest thing, and I think once people have the down payment and closing costs, majority of people can afford the monthly payment. The problem is the upfront money to make sure you get into the home. Now it is good because the down payment goes into the equity of the property, but it's still, you got to have that money.
And it's usually not a small fee, and if you're paying less than 20%, you're probably going to have mortgage insurance, which increases your cost as well.
PMI.
Yeah, or MIP.
And this is going to piggyback off what Ellie just said, and this is from our friends at Cross Country Mortgage. 12 things not to do when obtaining a mortgage loan. And the funny thing is, a few of these have happened to me. And one of the most demoralizing things is when you have a deal going through and you feel heartbroken because the buyers do something on this list, completely shoot themselves in the foot, cannot get the loan, and unfortunately they do not close on the house they want. So a couple things, folks: do not do any of these things if you're trying to get a loan. Now, the other thing to think about is majority of these things you can do the day after you close on the property. Like, just don't do it before you close on the property. So number one, do not change jobs. They will have to verify your employment literally up until the day of closing. Do not change jobs. Do not quit your job. Not say, hey, I'm just getting my whatever, I'm going to get this house, I'm going to quit my job, start a new job, I'm going to spend a few weeks moving into the new house, then apply for a new job. Do not do that.
Don't give them your 2 weeks notice either, because they will call your employer to verify.
Correct. That's a good one. That's not on here. Good call. Yes. So do not change anything with your job. If you want to quit the day after, I'm pretty sure that is totally fine. Again, all this stuff, talk to a lender to verify, but I'm pretty sure this is good. Do not change your job. Number two, do not change your pay structure, meaning because sometimes you need additional pay stubs and things like that. Do not go full-time commission or back and forth. And basically, if you're working, just kind of keep things the same until you close, and then kind of do all that crazy stuff. Do not apply for a new credit. Do not apply for a new credit card. Do not do anything that's going to run up any type of monthly credit that you have to pay.
Don't buy that car yet.
Yes, we were getting to that. That was a big one. But realistically, do not, actually, I don't think that's actually on here. But as part of the new credit, don't buy a new car. The worst thing is you see someone roll up with a new car, or they come and say, yeah, I just bought a new car. And you're like, oh God, no, because what happens is it changes your debt to income ratio. That is now new debt you're taking on. Most likely your income has not gone up accordingly to counteract that. And you might throw those ratios off and not get the home. Do not change your marital status. Do not deposit any sums into your bank account that cannot be documented. The big one for this is what they call like gifting money. All of a sudden it's, well, how come, why did you get $10,000 dropped in? Now there is rules where you can get a certain amount of money gifted to you from a friend, a relative, something like that. But again, everything's got to be accounted for, and there's usually a dollar amount that you can go up to. So you can't have someone just drop $50,000 into your bank account to buy this house.
They have to sign something saying it was a gift.
Yeah, there's definitely a paper trail that has to be followed. Do not dispute any items on your credit. Do not dispute one's credit report. So basically, again, stuff for your credit, just kind of leave as is until after the fact. Do not go any farther into that. Do not let your driver's license expire. Self-explanatory, but again, do not let that happen. Do not change up your credit cards. Getting ready for a new house. Again, anything with credit cards, no. Do not skip payments on your current bills. The reason is that, friend of the show, do not skip payments on your bills. Also, do not spend money from your bank account unless absolutely necessary. Again, they check to see how much money you have. Do not apply for any other loans and any other properties. You cannot, don't start buying other properties with other loans. And also do not put any gift funds into your account. That all has to be followed with a paper trail. So do not do any of these things, or you could be in for a rude awakening when it comes time to actually close on your property, because the last thing you want to do is go through the closing process and find out the reason that the house didn't close was your own doing. So please, folks, do not do that. And I'm excited because I can now throw that piece of paper out that's been sitting in my file, which I cleared out. Sorry, I'm going right into another thought process.
Galen's office looks a little less hectic than it has for the last several months. A little.
And so people are giving me crap because I have a bunch of boxes up on the shelf.
But it looks organized.
It's organized. Yeah. So the reason is, and I should probably take a photo of this for people, through my accumulation of all these videos and audio and stuff like that, I have a lot of equipment. And the equipment is now going up into boxes, and I put them in brown boxes. They're not fancy. They're brown boxes, UPS boxes, Amazon boxes, anything you can think of. Then on the box, I simply write with a Sharpie, camera gear, microphone pouches and accessories, thank you cards, audible, video, cables, and dongles, office supplies, business cards, taxes, lock boxes. So anything you can think of, I have up there. So now when I need it, I just look up, find the box, pull the box down. I've had multiple people say, I'm gonna get you those cute little fabric boxes. I don't need the fabric boxes. One, the only people that come in my office is people that work here or like really good friends. I don't bring clients in here. I don't bring anybody in my office. My office, I want to make a totally functional workspace. And to me, that is functional. Eventually, I'm going to build other shelves, get that stuff onto those shelves so that back end looks a little prettier because that's going to be kind of the nicest shelf in the office. But for right now,
he's got a box for his dongles.
Dongles. I got a dongle box. If you don't know what a dongle is, Google it. But the rest of it, everything looks pretty good. Things are off the floor. The couch was clean.
It is still clean.
Yes, no peace. but the camera thing is going to go back up on the shelf. So a lot of that is completely wiped off. My desk will have nothing on it by the end of today. And I read a great book the other day. I posted it on my Instagram called The Power of Less. It's a big struggle of mine, but to try to not feel overwhelmed with stuff. And I actually went through that box down there and probably took out 2/3 of all those files that I was going through. And I got to go back through that a little bit more and basically, I'm just trying to organize my life so it's not, I don't feel like I have 1,000 things to do.
Yeah.
I always do have 1,000 things to do, but I want it to be not an overwhelming 1,000 things to do, if that makes sense. So, that is my rant for the day. So, guys, The Power of Less, great book. Really, a lot of practical information to declutter and organize things in your life so you're not as bogged down and stressed, because a lot of things come to you every single day. There's a lot to do and this and that and everything that needs to be done. And when I found that I was looking at boxes and piles and emails and texts and notifications and calendar reminders, it get overwhelming.
Yeah.
So Ellie, give us something else. Any other topics?
An office quote.
Okay. So you want to just jump right to the office quote?
Yeah,
Ellie's done. She's got a meeting.
Well, yeah.
She's got a meeting. So Ellie, office quote of the day.
No, you can go first.
Shoot, I had one I said to you yesterday. It was a good quote, and then I ended up. You remember it? It was a really good quote, and I was actually very happy that I came up with a quote from the office. I was excited.
And you said it perfectly.
And I said it perfectly. Like I did not butcher this
quote. There was
quote.
no camera rolling.
I know, I did not butcher the quote.
I don't remember. Oh, I have one now.
Okay, go ahead.
Michael says this to Toby. I honestly can't remember in what context, but you are a thief of joy.
That was when they were talking about the time wasting with Dwight.
Yeah.
He didn't want to waste anything, and Jim was just kidding with the stopwatch.
Time thief.
Yeah. He goes, I don't know how we did it.
Yeah, he did say to Toby.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how we did it because he actually sneezed with his eyes open. And so that was a good one. Let me see. The last one I saw. Oh, classic. Okay. This is good because one of my all-time favorite Office episodes is Pam and Jim's wedding. It was a back-to-back, and it is hilarious because there's so many good things on that. And one of my favorites is at the very end. This is how it ends. Kevin starts walking, and he's got the shoe boxes on, and he's going to put his feet in the ice, and he goes, "This wedding was epic. I got 6 numbers, one more number, and I almost had a full phone number." And I just thought that was great.
Yeah.
It was a little more fluid than what I just said, but that is the gist of it. So Kevin Malone,
the best.
Kevin Malone, the accounting superstar, got 6 of the 7 numbers. So, all right, that's it. Ellie's gonna go save the world with 80 KYP. I'm gonna go home and eat dinner with the kids and the wife, and then I think that's it. Oh, also, Ellie, just FYI, I will not be here next week. I doubt we'll end up being able to do an episode of Realty Talk.
Jordan and I can do one.
I was actually going to bring the podcast equipment with me because I'm going to kind of a cool event that I was actually going to potentially do with other people.
With my phone.
Potentially.
No, I see how it is.
Potentially. Because the people that I'm going to be with are, I think it would be cool to have them on.
I see how it is.
Not cooler, but they'll be actually with me. So I think that'll work out good. So I don't know if I'll have time to say it, but it's going out tonight. So by the time this gets listed, you guys will hear. October, I screwed it up yesterday in the Gail and Trombley Show podcast. October 12th, 8:30 a.m., Barracks Golf Course. Me and Matt Craig are doing the For the Kids Charity Golf Classic. It's the inaugural first one we're ever doing. It's going to be a Facebook event. Come one, come all. We're raising money for charity of the winner's choice, and we're basically playing a match play. Winner gives money to the charity of the winner's choice. Suggested donation is $10. Again, everything goes to the organization for the kids, and we hope that everybody can make it to that and watch it. I think it'll be a blast. And
What's your charity?
we are actually probably going to decide it very, very soon. We have some in mind, but we want to get them correct.
Rabies.
And the Meredith Palmer Fight for the Cure of Rabies of Scranton, Pennsylvania, Dunder Mifflin. So we're actually going to do this cool event. It's going to be on Facebook. We're going to invite everybody. Now here's the kicker. I'm a much better golfer than Matt Craig, but to make it very simple and actually it's something that could actually work, Matt Craig is playing with his. This is like the funny thing. Matt Craig is playing with his entire set clubs. There's 14 clubs in a golf bag. Matt Craig is getting this full set. I am playing with 3 golf clubs. So I only have 3 clubs to hit all the shots. I am not playing with the driver. I could pick any 3 clubs I wanted. That was the only rules. I had to pick 3 clubs. I'm not playing with the driver, and I'm not playing with a putter. So leave that to your imagination. It'll be a fun event. Check it out. It'll be on Facebook by tonight, which is Tuesday. And everybody, please come to it. I think we're going to have a blast. And it'll be a
awesome.
big, fun moneymaker for a children's charity locally. And we're going to hopefully have that turn into a yearly event. We're looking forward to it. I think we're going to have a blast doing it. So that is episode 37. Anything else, Ellie? We good?
That's it.
That's it. All right. See you next week.